Hi guys, Eric Pathy back here with Big Al McMordie. It is Friday. We are doing this video for Saturday's report. Yesterday was an off day. He was traveling, I was traveling, so obviously in that situation, he'll text me the free selection, and then I'll give it out directly to you verbatim as he sends to me on the phone, because I certainly would not have all that data in my hands. With that being said, I did a deep dive and explanation of where you stood this week up to yesterday versus where you would stand this week if you were up to yesterday, if you were an all access member. Refer back to yesterday's video. It is a great watch because I had more time to talk since I wasn't with Al. And you know, Al, it's hard for me to talk alone. I could just go on and on and on and on and on. And then you got to put the stop sign up in front of my mouth. So with that being said, if you want the all access, send me a text message, send me an email, and we can overlay the ratings plus the late updates for Big Al. And now I will defer to you for Saturday's complimentary selection.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of games being played today, 146 college games on the schedule for Saturday. We're going to look at a matchup in the Southeastern Conference between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Florida Gators. It's a big number. It's 17.5. South Carolina, of course, coming off that 4-point loss at home to the Ole Miss Rebels, 72-68. In SEC conference play, if you can do really well if you want to take big underdogs of more than 14 points. If they are not off a straight up an ATS win in their previous game, those teams have gone 145 and 97 ATS going back to 1990, including the perfect 3-0 already this season. So that's the situation here. We've got a big underdog, the Gamecocks catching 17.5. They're not off a Suats win in their previous game, and we'll grab the points with the Gamecocks.
South Carolina plus the points is your complimentary selections. Guys, reach out to me, 443-957-1006 or eric@pickdogs.com for Big Al's All Access. Even though we're not running a promotion right now, I will work with each client on an individual basis based upon your bankroll, your wagering goals and needs. And before we end this video, Al, people ask me all the time, do you lose clients? Ask me, not you. Do you lose clients when they win? I actually had a client quit on me yesterday, respectfully. He said, even though you win, even though you've had 22 winning weeks and 5 losing weeks, meaning you, Al, since September 2nd, I just can't handle the volume. And then you come out with it tomorrow. There's 146 games on the board. Guys, it's hard enough to win. Don't worry about the volume. That's all I'm going to say on that. Don't be that guy. We love the guy. He'll come back. But, you know, this concept, Al, of looking for the one big game that you can bet on every day, it just drives me absolutely insane.
Yes.
There you go, guys.
I'll tell you a quick story. So I've got a customer. He's been with me, 10 years maybe. He's over in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. Maybe I've told you about this guy before.
You have. Let them listen. Yeah.
Okay, so he is one of those guys. He's got lots of issues. One of them, he handicaps the handicapper. He's always telling me which games I have that are wrong, But one of his biggest problems is he always wants to go all in on whatever his game is at that moment.
Right.
There might be 146 games on the card, but he's going to go all in on Saturday on one game. He's going to load up on it, right? Eventually people know where I'm going. That's just a train wreck waiting to happen. Eventually you go all in. You're not going to hit 10 in a row. You crash and burn. What I did after watching this guy for 10 years with this kind of strategy, it's just the wrong strategy. I said to him, because he never wanted to subscribe for a month or a year. He always wanted to just go day by day and play one game.
Right.
And so finally I said to him, I'm going to show you how the pros do it, how I do it, how the professionals do it. And I just gave him, the subscription for a month. I said, bet every game for less amounts of money. You don't have to have $5,000 on, when your bankroll's $5,000, you don't have to have $5,000 on a game. But that's the way this guy operated. He would put his entire bankroll on one game. And I said, just bet smaller amounts of money, grind out the profit, and you will win. And it's been about almost a month now, and he's finally seen the light of day after doing it wrongly his entire life. And
Exactly.
that's my long-winded story. But
Well, and the guy that said he's taking a break, he said this guy comes from a financial background in the stock market. He's like, you guys have made a percentage that's greater than anything I've done in my trading. But the difference is in my trading, I'm putting on 1 or 2 trades a day, not 15 or 19 on a Saturday. And I'm like, okay, well, ROI alpha is alpha. So, we could talk about this for hours. But with that being said, guys, learn from these little bit of these stories that we share.
yeah,
A lot of people,
it's better to play 20 games for smaller amounts of money than put everything you've got on that one game, because then the next day you do it again, and it's just, and you lose everything you've got.
Costy's in the background. He just took a phone call. A client called him and he said, what do you bet a game? He says, I bet 500 a game, 1 game a day. And Costy was trying to explain to him, you're risking $3,500 a week when you could do it. And the guy didn't want to hear it. He just wants that 1 game for $500 every day. And, again, guys, this is the time of year, because look at the volume that Al has to work with tomorrow. He's got 146 games to do work on. And obviously to just think you're going to just make money betting 1 game is crazy. With that being said, we could go forever and ever and ever. The complimentary selection is South Carolina Gamecocks. Reach out to me. Let's make it a great March Madness. Good day and good luck.